Med meg i studio nå så har jeg fått gjester utenom det vanlige. Faktisk besøk fra London Town. Det Mark Warner som innom her sammen med Per Aksel Lundgren. Deg har vi hørt fra før her på radioen. God dag.
Hi.
Hello Mark, welcome.
Thank you, very nice to be here.
Oh, we're going to talk about your new project, or not new maybe, but a new single.
Well, they have that single that came out last year, and then we have the album which is due out in April this year.
Yeah, and this is Touching the Void we're talking about.
That's correct, yes.
And that's not the only project though that you're busy with.
No, I have another project with Per Axel here and Martin Bowes from Attrition in the UK called Rossetti's Compass, which is sort of more hardline, sort of electro, EBM, synth pop.
Yeah, because that's what I wanted to ask, because I was trying to announce you earlier on today, a bit too early in the morning maybe, because my brain stopped functioning again. What is the genre? Where should we put this?
That's a good question, because both Andy and I come from sort of traditional, sort of minimal electro backgrounds, and yet this is a sort of a change in direction for both of us. It's more sort of easy on the ear electro rather than sort of hard electro. So.
Can we compare it to something from the? I mean, if you go back to the 80s, I mean, we'll always have Depeche Mode and all those. Can you compare it to something?
Well,
or do you hate the thought of doing that?
To compare it to something.
Yeah, well, some of it reminds me of the slow sounds with, let's say, Ultravox, for example.
Ultravox, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's something mainstream that people can hang it upon.
Yeah.
I was just, not that we need that, because now we're going to listen to the real thing. This is Touching the Void, and the new single, and it's called Obsession. The vocalist is called
Andy Oppenheimer.
What can we say about him? Has he done something else before?
He was from the 80s band Oppenheimer Analysis with Martin Lloyd, who released some very groundbreaking electro material in around 81, 82. Andy's been around for quite a few years, like myself, doing various projects. So,
he was also a member of part of the Blitz Club movement in London with Steve Strange.
Yeah, exactly. Because
the Formula and all of them. Yeah.
Really?
So he was hanging out with the big guys back in the early 80s.
Yeah.
The new romantic movement.
Here's the new single, Obsession.
About you, night and day, I picture you in every way, in my tortured day. I'm full of fire and desire. You're my obsession. It's true. Yes, it's true. Can't stop myself thinking about you, about you. Try to center myself in a quiet place, remove you from my thoughts and leave no trace of the power you have over me. But I can't. It's impossible, you see. You're my obsession. It's true, sad but true. Can't stop myself thinking about you, about you. I've nailed myself to your cross. I would kill for your again. I try to refrain from compulsive thoughts and obsessive pain. I envy those who are near you.
Obsession was that, touching the void. Per Axel Lundgren, you're the label guy here.
Yes.
Is this just in your? Is this your cup of tea?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It's very mellow, melancholic, and with the electronic touch that I really like.
Yeah. So how did you guys? Because you actually involved in not only being sort of the label guy, but you're also musically into this, aren't you?
Yeah, with the Rossetti's Compass, the other project that Mark's got. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that how you first hooked up musically, or was it?
No, it goes back before then, even to a very early 80s project that I was in called Sedate and Crash. And I wrote a song called Our Kiss Is Out of Fashion in about 1982, and I found out that Per had covered it with his band Chinese Detectives, and we sort of met because of that. So.
All right.
So in what was that, 2006 maybe, I think, I got an email from Mark saying,
Yeah.
oh, are you the
Yeah,
guy
that's
that did a cover version of our song? And I was like, yeah, brilliant. And we started emailing back and forth, and then 2012, Mark and Paul from Sedate and Crash came to Sarpsborg to see us play with Kronos Titan at the Electrock Festival. And then Mark said, I've got a studio in my backyard, you want to come over and do something? And I ended up going over, and after that we've been working together on different projects. And
I was thinking, when you hear music like this, like the song we just heard, if this was like back in the 80s, this would be sort of middle of the road. You would actually probably be sitting on Capital Radio and talking about it. Could be. But why is it that these days there's just there's a big following, but it's never going to be middle of the road and commercial? Why is it that this genre has sort of ended up where it is today?
Well,
Any thoughts?
I really don't know the answer to that one, but
a lot of the electronic music has evolved into stuff like La Rue, Robin, Karin Park, stuff like that. So the new electronic music still has a place in regular radio shows and stuff like that, but it's gotten older, wiser. I don't know. It has evolved.
Older and wiser.
It has evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, when I hear this could be a chart song in the 80s.
Yeah, most people say to us it's very retro, and I think deliberately so, because we make the music that we want to make.
Yeah.
It's not about chart success or money or anything like that. This is the music we like, so we make it.
Yeah, I mean, and you know that I'm absolutely behind you on that, because I mean that was a compliment. When I say something is like the 80s, it's a huge compliment.
Honestly, Doug, I didn't take it as an insult.
No. Good. I was thinking, oh my God, now I stepped in. Well, so there's an album coming.
Yes, there is.
On the way. And where are you in the process?
Well, it's as of this week, the vinyls have gone to press, and the CDs are starting to be replicated. So it's going to be out in three forms: CD, digital distribution, and a vinyl LP as well. All through Per here, through Subculture.
Yep.
And we're really, really looking forward to it, because it's been a long time coming. It's taken 5 years for us to put this album together, Andy and myself. So it's the culmination of a lot of hard work.
Yeah. Back in London, any live gigs? How's that?
Not planned yet, but later this year, we hope, after the album launch, then we'll start looking at gigging then.
Mm-hmm. It's very
I
exciting
say we
stuff.
want a release party.
Of course we do.
We want to be there.
We're going to be there. No, but it's good, because I like the thought of you being sort of connected to a label up in Norway. And if you look out the window now, Mark, it's not very. It's very Norwegian weather. It's white. It's snowy.
It's lovely. I'm going to put my trunks on and go swimming in it.
Yeah. I mean, my years in London, when I lived there, I saw some snow, but it was like a sad excuse for snow. But
England doesn't do snow. It's
when it happens, because it does happen, you don't get to go anywhere because it's just total chaos.
Yeah.
Everything stops up.
The ground goes white and the country grinds to a halt. Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. We're gonna listen to one more track from your single, from your EP. Should we call this an EP?
Yes.
Yep. Because that's what it is. This is actually a cover from Apoptygma Berserk.
It is.
Stefan Groth.
Yes,
a friend of yours.
Yes, and one of my favorite Norwegian bands, definitely.
Let's hear it.
Should have seen this coming. Should have known this. Shouldn't have let it happen. My mistake, alright. Stuck again, doing my thing. Two alike yet far apart. What felt so good once is breaking me and tearing us apart again. Don't you see, we're in this together, you and me, one on one forever. Don't you see? We're way too desperate, way too addicted. But I can't help the way I feel. But now it's time to be strong. And when all hope is gone, and what felt so good once is breaking me and tearing us apart again. Don't you see, we're in this together, you and me, one on one forever. Don't you see, we're in this together, you and me, one on one forever. And in your troubled eyes I see someone who carried me somehow, like footprints in the sand. You've been behind me all along. We got it wrong from the start. Now it's you and me, let's hit it on. Don't you see, it's you and me against the world. We're in this together, you and me, one on one forever. Don't you see, we're in this together, you
In this together, that was Touching the Void. And for you guys who recognize this track, yes, it's Apoptygma Berserk song as well. My guest is Mark Warner, from coming all the way from London. You've been to Stockholm
We have, yeah, for the Collapse 2 festival.
for the Collapse 2 festival. And did you collapse?
Very nearly. But it was good. It was excellent. It really was.
Tell me a bit, how's the vibe when you go there? I mean, the Technomancer, who also were with you, I thought he's on a high still from being there. He's just like, whoa.
Oh yeah,
Buzzing.
Yeah. Oh, it's a place called Slakthuset.
Yep.
And it's like 3 stages, and they put up like camouflage nets and everything. They got DJs on every stage. how many people could have been there? Like 500 something, maybe like.
Maybe, yeah.
And a really great vibe, great DJs, great band, great happening. And in the back, they had like a huge record shop of vinyls and CDs and T-shirts and posters. And
Heaven.
it was everything you could ever want out of a music festival.
What about any of your artists? Would they be liable to go play there in the future?
Yeah, I really hope so. I mean, this would be suitable for Kronos Titan or Rossetti's Compass or
Because it's
Attrition.
quite hardcore, is it?
I would say so, yes.
Yeah, this is
People like Dive and-
hard synth and industrial.
Yeah.
There's some synth pop as well. The Mobile Homes play there.
What about Alpop? Have they ever done it?
No, this is
festival?
the second year they've got the festival,
All right, yeah.
so they haven't. No,
It's too small for Alpop, is it?
no, I wouldn't say that.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Maybe. No, I'm just very proud of Stefan and Alpop because they're from the district.
Yeah. Our local
And
heroes.
the fact that Norway and the media in Norway, I don't know if they're even aware of how well he's doing. Actually,
No, they're not.
No. That's another discussion. Mark Warner, I'm actually thrilled. I like your new stuff, and
thank you very
and
much.
I've listened to your other projects as well, and I'm quite happy to be in the same subculture family as you.
It's a wonderful family, it really is.
Yeah, and and the future is bright. Gotta wear shades. This is a song that we want to sort of finish off with, that we all like. We agreed.
Yes.
Simple Minds. In the first part of Simple Minds, isn't it? This is like back in the beginning, the early years.
I think I saw them do this in about 82 or 83, something like that.
Oh my God, you did that. I
Yeah.
was watching Nicole win the Eurovision for Germany. You see, there's a difference. Well, here is Simple Minds and Mark Warner. Have a safe journey back to London, and we'll speak soon, and good luck
very
with
much,
everything.